Everything you thought you knew about driving in the United States might be outdated right now. April 2026 has brought a wave of major driving rule changes that are already impacting millions of drivers across the country. From stricter penalties to new technology-based enforcement and surprising legal updates, these changes could directly affect your daily commute, your wallet, and even your driving license. If you drive in the USA or plan to, you cannot afford to miss this. Welcome back to DriveAuthority USA, your trusted source for the latest updates, expert insights, and practical guides on everything related to driving across the United States. In today's video, we're breaking down the major driving rule changes introduced in April 2026. These are not small adjustments. They are serious updates that every driver must understand to stay safe, avoid fines, and remain fully compliant with the law. Stick with us until the end because some of these changes might surprise you, and one mistake could cost you big. April 2026 has marked a significant shift in how driving laws are enforced and structured across many states in the USA. While traffic laws have always evolved over time, this latest wave of updates is different because it combines stricter enforcement with modern technology and a stronger focus on safety, environmental impact, and accountability. One of the biggest changes drivers are noticing is the expansion of automated traffic enforcement systems. Many cities have significantly increased the number of AI-powered cameras at intersections and highways. These systems are now capable of detecting not only speeding and red light violations, but also distracted driving behaviors such as using a mobile phone behind the wheel. Unlike older systems, these cameras are more accurate and operate 24/7, meaning there's almost no chance of getting away with violations unnoticed. Another major update involves speed limit enforcement. Several states have introduced dynamic speed limits, especially in urban areas and highways with heavy traffic. These speed limits can change depending on road conditions, weather, and traffic flow. Digital signs now display real-time limits, and drivers are expected to adjust instantly. Ignoring these dynamic limits can lead to higher fines than traditional speeding violations because authorities consider it a more dangerous offense. In addition to speed regulations, distracted driving laws have become much stricter nationwide. While many states already had bans on texting while driving, the 2026 updates expand this to include nearly all forms of handheld device use. This means holding your phone for navigation, recording videos, or even briefly checking notifications could now result in penalties. Some states are even testing camera systems that can detect phone usage inside vehicles, making enforcement more effective than ever. Seatbelt and passenger safety rules have also been tightened. In several states, law enforcement officers can now stop vehicles solely for seatbelt violations, even if no other offense has occurred. Additionally, stricter regulations for child safety seats have been introduced, requiring updated compliance based on the child's height and weight rather than just age. These changes aim to reduce fatalities and serious injuries in accidents. Another important development is related to electric vehicles and eco-friendly driving policies. As more drivers switch to electric cars, new rules have been introduced to manage charging infrastructure and road usage. Some states now offer dedicated lanes or benefits for electric vehicles, but they also enforce strict penalties for misusing these lanes. Additionally, certain urban zones have introduced low-emission restrictions, where older gasoline vehicles may face extra charges or limited access. Insurance requirements have also been updated in some regions. Minimum coverage limits have increased, reflecting the rising cost of repairs and medical care. This means drivers may need to review and possibly upgrade their insurance policies to remain compliant. Failing to meet the new requirements could result in fines, license suspension, or even vehicle impoundment. Another surprising change involves driver monitoring systems. Newer vehicles are now required in some states to include built-in safety features such as lane departure warnings, automatic emergency braking, and driver attention monitoring. While these systems are designed to enhance safety, they also introduce new responsibilities for drivers. Ignoring system alerts or disabling safety features could potentially lead to liability issues in case of an accident. Parking regulations have also seen updates, particularly in busy urban areas. Smart parking systems are being introduced, where sensors detect vehicle presence and automatically enforce time limits. Drivers may receive digital tickets without any physical notice on their vehicle. This means you could be fined without realizing it until you check your online record. Another key focus of the April 2026 updates is harsher penalties for repeat offenders. Drivers who commit multiple violations within a short period may now face significantly increased fines, mandatory driving courses, or even temporary license suspension. Authorities are clearly aiming to discourage habitual violations by making the consequences more severe. Commercial drivers and rideshare operators are also affected by new rules. Stricter background checks, updated licensing requirements, and enhanced vehicle inspection standards have been introduced. These changes are designed to ensure passenger safety, but also add more responsibilities for those working in the transportation industry. One of the most talked about updates is the introduction of stricter DUI enforcement measures. While DUI laws have always been strict, the 2026 changes include lower tolerance levels in some states and increased use of roadside testing technology. Penalties for violations have also been increased, including higher fines, longer license suspensions, and mandatory installation of ignition interlock devices. Another area seeing change is pedestrian and cyclist protection. New laws now give greater priority to pedestrians at crosswalks and impose stricter penalties on drivers who fail to yield. Bicycle lanes are also more protected, and driving or parking in these lanes can result in immediate fines. These changes reflect a broader effort to create safer and more inclusive road environments. Technology is playing a central role in all these updates. Many states are integrating digital systems that allow drivers to manage licenses, pay fines, and track violations online. While this adds convenience, it also means that enforcement is faster and more efficient. There's less room for delays or disputes, and penalties can be processed almost instantly. It's also important to understand that while these updates are being introduced at a national level, specific rules can vary by state. This means drivers must stay informed about the regulations in their own state as well as any state they travel to. Ignorance of the law is not considered an excuse, and even a small mistake could lead to serious consequences. For everyday drivers, the key takeaway is awareness and adaptation. The driving environment in the USA is becoming more regulated, more technologically advanced, and more focused on safety than ever before. While some drivers may find these changes overwhelming, they are ultimately designed to reduce accidents, save lives, and create a more efficient transportation system. To stay compliant, drivers should regularly check official updates, ensure their vehicle meets safety standards, and adopt safer driving habits. Simple actions like keeping your phone out of reach, following updated speed limits, and staying alert can make a big difference. That brings us to the end of today's update on the major USA driving rule changes for April 2026. As you can see, these new laws are not just minor adjustments. They represent a major shift in how driving is monitored, regulated, and enforced across the country. Staying informed is no longer optional, it's essential. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to DriveAuthority USA for more updates, expert insights, and practical driving guides that keep you ahead of the curve. Share this video with friends and family so they can stay informed too, because one small mistake on the road could cost a lot more than you think. Thanks for watching DriveAuthority USA, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay safe, stay smart, and drive responsibly.